Hey everyone, welcome back to another MTG Arena video. As we covered last time, we're trying to get from Bronze to Mythic, playing exclusively Blue-Red Arclight Phoenix. We've got the same list as the last video. In the last video, I believe we left off at Gold 2 or somewhere in that range. Now we are at Plat 3. Those are from games on stream and a few games offline. But checking in with another video here. So going back to the deck for everyone that didn't see it last time, we're playing the four Enigma, 4 Crackling Drake, 4 Arclight Phoenix version, which means we're playing the all the 1 mana cantrips. So 4 Crash Through, 3 Warlord's Fury, and then all the other standard stuff. So the one-ofs that we're playing are Entrancing Melody and Fight with Fire. We don't have Lava Coil. We've got Beacon Bolts and Shocks as our removal spells, along with the Fight with Fire and the Entrancing Melody. So I believe this is Li Shitan's deck from the World Magic Cup, and it's the version I think is best because I play against a lot of Golgari when I'm playing on the ladder, and I think Arclight Phoenix is a big deal there. That said, I've been facing a lot of Jeskai decks lately, where Dim Mizzet would be much better than Arclight. So I want to keep playing with this build because the playstyle is closer to what I enjoy, but I believe when I was saying I was going even with Jeskai in the past, I don't think I'm even anymore. As I climb up the ladder, people know how their deck works a little bit better. So I'm going to keep trying to climb with this version because I really enjoy it, but we may have to make some changes down the line. So again, we are at Plat 3, and we're trying to get to Mythic, so we got to get through all of Platinum, and then all of Diamond, and then there. So more streams, more videos. That said, I'm going to try and get more consistent with streaming. I think I'm going to put a schedule of Tuesday, Thursday, maybe around 7:30 EST. So if you want to stop by and hang out, it's been fun the past few times, so I appreciate it. But all of that said, let's go ahead and jump into some games. So playing with that Arclight version we just showed you. I'm going to put a link to an MTG Goldfish deck list, so you don't have to take a screenshot or whatever. You can copy and paste from there. And someone showed me you can export from MTG Goldfish into Arena, and so you can just copy and paste the deck, which is awesome. Glad they did that. That's one of my favorite parts about Hearthstone is they have that functionality. Okay, this is a bummer. So I've kept these hands in the past and gotten burned, and we're going first. That said, if we hit a land, we've got Chart, of course, and the Arclight Phoenix to go with it, but it is a little risky, and if they're an aggro deck and we're spinning our wheels just trying to make our land drops, that's not super fun. But if we do, we've got a shock. Like, I kind of want to keep, but we do get burned if we miss. So I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, less action, or sorry, less cantrips, of course, but we've got our 3 lands and we've got 2 creatures, so I think this hand is much better. So we're gonna keep this one, keeping any cantrip basically. Oh, keeping a shock. Probably. If it's Jeskai, we don't look very smart, but how do you know? So, oh, and our opponent mulliganed to 5, so even better then. Just go ahead and cast this, get the spells going. Hopefully they play like Plains Healer Hawk. Okay, Mountain Firebrand. Cool. Okay, so I'm glad that we kept this. I'm not gonna play it right away. Like, what? I'm okay taking 1 damage if it means I get to kill like a Pyromancer. The Viashino guy that deals 2 damage. I forget his name. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 1, trying to get the bigger creature. Nope. Okay. So we wasted 1 damage there, but we're playing these Drakes the next 2 turns, so I'm okay getting the shock in there, so he can't combo that Firebrand with, say, a Lightning Strike to kill one of the Drakes off, which is a common play for that deck, because while they don't want to use their burn there, if they get 1 or 2 brick walls out of the way, that's really good. So going to lean on the Drake rather than the Phoenix, mostly because if we draw like a Tormenting Voice or a Charter Course later, we want to have access to discarding this one. All of that said, I don't think I'm double blocking, even though I want to put up my wall here, because any trick could really get us. So, yep, I'm gonna attack and assume we're gonna be able to draw some cantrips and race really well with our 3 Drake draw. You know, so if each opt we draw turns into a lightning bolt, that's oh, I spoke too soon. Okay, perfect. So comboing with our Arclight, going to go ahead and cast this now because we'll probably draw land and I can get this Drake into play. Okay, so no land, but not the end of the world. Now it's a matter of, do we cast this or not? Reason for not casting it is we want to save up for a turn where we can get these, get our Arclight back. And we're not swinging anytime soon because we can't get through this Arclight, or this Rekindling Phoenix. So I think I'm not going to cast it, which is counterintuitive, right? You want to see more cards, but you need to build back up to get your Arclights back. So there's not much value gain there, I don't believe. Okay, so that means he doesn't have a removal spell. Obviously we're not blocking. If we can get our Arclight back, we would be blocking, right? So because it's less of a, it's more of an even trade. Again, yeah, I'm gonna sit on this. I'm gonna build up my Drakes, and then I'm gonna have a, because we can take this hit a few times, and I'm gonna try and build up a turn where we deal 18. That's my plan. So this attack puts us to 7. Then we may have to block the next turn, but I think that's okay. Huh. Okay. I think we have to double block. We lose one of our guys. He's definitely got a removal spell, but if we take it, we're going to die to that removal spell. So I'm going to put 2 guys in front of here. That'll put us to 7. Do we have another choice? Another choice would be to take all of it. That puts us to 7, or that we take 7, we go to 4, and hopefully that's not 2 shocks. Can we get these guys up to 9 this turn? Not likely. So I think we are priced into double blocking. And then I think he picked the wrong one to deal the damage to, because they're both in play. You'd rather kill the Crackling Drake. So, yep, going to 7. I think we have to start. I think we have to go for our Arclight this turn, unfortunately, because we need to. I believe we need to block this Rekindling Phoenix. We could go to 3. Hope this isn't a Lightning Strike or a Wizard's Lightning. But I'm just not really sure. Another choice, we could start going down this path, and if it doesn't work out, we can still play our Enigma Drake, and then we can get in for 5 with this Crackling Drake. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the Warlord's Fury to see where we're at. I want to get my Phoenix back. Okay. That changes things pretty dramatically, because now we don't need to get our Phoenix back, because we can. I'm still casting this because I want to get as much damage in this turn as possible with this guy. So playing. Yep, playing this. Getting in for 5. Likely, yeah, playing this. Likely blocking next turn here. Hoping he does nothing, and then we have Crackling Drake maximize velocity for over 13, so. I think we need to block here, because the chances of him having 3 damage are high, so I'm going to, and we still have lethal, right, because we have 5, 10, these each get pumped by 1, so that's 12, and then +1/+1 to whoever, to the one I target, so that's 13 exactly. So going to block here, hoping he doesn't have burn spell. Like, would love if he played like a chain mother or something. Wizard's Lightning, okay. Alright, still alive, so yep, believe this is still lethal, so Crackling Drake, maximize velocity. Which one's Mythic? This one with the black on it. Yep, so this is 13, so it should be fine. Awesome. So these red games are tough. Like they're super winnable, right? You've got a Tarmogoyf card, right? If you've played a lot of Modern, you know, or played in the past, the red decks or the creature decks struggle when you get a Tarmogoyf into play. So while yes, our Drake is a 1/4, it makes them have to play in a way where they have to target that before their creatures can continue any damage. But all of that said, if you don't have a Drake on 3, they just run you over. That's been my experience with it. Or if you don't have double shock or, you know, weird hands like that, I don't consider that a good matchup. And it's the latter being best of 1 makes it even harder, because you could make that a good matchup. You could just pour it in a few more removal spells, know what hands you need to keep, but you know, so it goes. So this hand, a lot like our hand that we mulliganed last game, but we've got that second island to go. We know we're casting Chart of Course on turn 2, so this is a very easy keep. We've got the Chart of Course to go with our Arclight Phoenix. If we draw a red, we've got our Tormenting Voice to go with Arclight Phoenix, which is even better. Talked about this a little bit in the past, but these are functionally the same card. Functionally the same card, but Tormenting Voice is worse. So if you have the Phoenix up front, you always cast this one, whereas this one gives you the odds of, you know, maybe top decking the Phoenix to discard to it. Okay. Yep, keeping that. We need the mountain, so we're gonna Tormenting Voice this turn, almost assuredly. Yep. So Tormenting Voice, pitching the Phoenix. Okay. Next turn we're likely to play the Tormenting Voice, pitching. Okay, so red. I don't know this deck very well. I've seen it a couple times now. I think there's a few versions of it, but I think it's Mario. I'm going to kick it off with a Tormenting Voice, pitching this maximize velocity. It could be right to pitch the Beacon Bolt. I just don't really know what's in their deck. Not super familiar, but having one of those is usually okay. So now we are looking to get our Phoenix back, or we're looking to get a Drake, draw a Drake. We need a second red for the Crackling Drakes, so not the best start yet, but not the worst. They're not clocking us, so it's okay that we're kind of spinning. So okay, perfect. Yep, we don't have a second red, so we don't really have a choice. We're just gonna play this. They go. Assuming it's gonna get ultimate priced, or I forget what the 2 mana spell's called, cast down. Yeah, I'm guessing this is a black-red control deck. I don't really know what if they have any creatures. This Beacon Bolt is probably getting pitched right now because we haven't seen anything. Gonna lead with a Chart of Course because we have the third land to cast this Enigma Drake, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the Beacon Bolt. Shock can go face, and it's a 1 mana spell for the turn we want to get our Phoenix back. So, sorry. Yep, play Drake, say go. This is like the Vraska's Contempt turn, that's fine. If this gets Vraska's Contempt, that's better than our Phoenix, because I believe this is going to be a grindy game where our Phoenixes play a pretty big role. So we will try and not get our Phoenixes exiled when we can. That means things like leaving up Shock if possible, and yeah, all of that. And some feedback I got from the last video. I don't think I dug in enough what this deck does. I was kind of assuming people watching already had a sense of what Standard is. So Standard's got a few decks right now. There's the control decks. There's that are usually blue, white, and red. There's the I've got a little puppy at my feet. I'll pick her up really quick. Ugh. This is Maisie. Thank you. She's a Chihuahua mixed with a Jack Russell, we think, but she's very cute, but very loud. So I assumed everyone had like a pretty good understanding of how Standard worked, but there's a few decks. There's the control deck, which is usually blue, white, and red, has a lot of exile effects. There's like the mid-range deck, which is the green-black deck, and it's got a lot of graveyard recursion and just explore creatures and just good creatures in general. We don't need this 5th island. Then there's like the red aggro decks or the white aggro decks, or a mixture of the two, which are basically white weenie with burn or without burn, depending. Okay, I think I'm playing land Crackling Drake. And then there's the blue-red decks, which are either the version I'm playing, or there's one that just plays the 8 Drakes, and then some Niv Mizzets. So it's just really leaning on a little bit on the Niv Mizzet for its long game, but still has the kill you effect that the Drakes have, the 1-turn shots. So all of that said, the way this deck specifically works is it's trying to fill the graveyard up with a lot of spells, right? All of these spells replace themselves or kill something. That's what they do. Which then goes with these Drakes that all have the same effect of, zero. They're 0 4s, but they get +1 attack for however many spells are in the graveyard, and for Crackling Drake also counts exile. Man, so he just Star of Extinction does. Yep, lost our mountain. Okay, so I have a choice here. I think I'm gonna hit him with Maximize Velocity. It's not lethal, but I think getting him down now while the shields are down before I play this Maximize Velocity into a, what was it, cast down. I don't know, it just seems good to me. So I'm doing this, discarding a shock. So getting in for 7. Not, we want to use this for lethal, but I've had it come up a few times now where their shields get down, and it's the nickel and diming of this comboed with your phoenixes eventually can kind of get them out. So just getting that in while his shields were down. Yes, he had 2 treasure, but if he had to burn those on killing this guy, I think that's okay because it's going to equal card draw later. So again, back to what this deck does, it's got Enigma Drakes, which is this one. It gets power equal to the number of instant sorceries in the graveyard. This one, same thing, except it also counts exile and cantrips when it comes into play. But it also has, this isn't the turn to go for it, so I'm just going to pass. It also has the phoenixes as your creatures, so that's the 12, but really just trying to get the phoenixes in the graveyard, get spells in the graveyard, play these Drakes, and then okay. So this, super mid-rangey, but it also has this Maximize Velocity card too. Once your Drakes are like a 15/4, you can kill them out of nowhere with this card. So this is the 2 of. Yep. Do I sack a goblin, deals 2 damage to any target? So I can use this turn on a token, and then go for these 3 spells and guarantee that I get my guarantee that I get my Phoenix back. The other choice is I go for no, I think that's fine. So I'm gonna lead off with a shock on this guy. He'll probably sack and shoot me. Then I'm gonna melody a token, and then I'm gonna crash through. Maybe I should have led with the crasher. You always leave with the card that replaces itself, so you have peak information, but got ahead of myself there. Yep. So gonna do that now. I should have done this one first. You always want to. Okay, so it's just another shock. No big deal. I am casting this one though for 0 because it token is 0. And that's 3 spells. Get our Phoenix back. Hit him to 9. And again, that's why I went for that play earlier. Is he has to do. Oh, and I do need. So I want to keep this in my hand for this Beacon Bolt, but I believe I need to put it into play because if he has a exile effect, we will want to shock our own Phoenix, because again, it's very important that we have these as our recursion. That's unfortunate, but we can Beacon Bolt it and shock it. Doom Whisperer, oh man, well maybe not. So what is our play? Our play is definitely Beacon Bolting the Doom Whisperer and attacking. If he blocks, we'll shock the Phoenix. Yep, not blocking that guy. This is a kind of cool deck. Alright, So that's a good one to pitch here, which is what I'm going to do. Oop. I don't want my entrancing melody back. I would have stolen this one. Now the choice is, do I go for this now? And I think the answer is yes, in case he draws a exile effect. I want to go ahead and get my cards in. I'm going to have to wait a few turns to build back up to getting my 2 Phoenixes back, but hopefully I'm just not out of it by then. And he's going to be drawing cards this whole time. Yeah. So now we're going to shock his little token he gets from the Rekindling Phoenix, because when it dies, it gets that token back. Then it says at the beginning of your upkeep, get the Rekindling Phoenix out of your graveyard. So really recursive threat right there. That does a good job of stopping our recursive threat of Arclight Phoenix. He doesn't have to work as hard to get his back. It just happens. So dealing with it while we can. Okay, so we want him to do this for a few turns and not present a threat, because we need to build back. Okay. This is kind of a threat. We need to build back up our cantrips so that we can go ahead and get our Phoenixes back. Not going to play this, hoping he doesn't have any discard spells or anything to punish us. But we're trying to draw. If I draw another cantrip next turn or another spell, I'll likely go for it. Because you have pretty good odds that you'll hit. Especially if it's something like Charter Course or Tormenting Voice, where you get 2 looks. Oh, bummer. Okay, well, if he can't kill this, he's dead. Well, we are in trouble for next turn, so he deals 4 this turn, puts us to 8. He's got 7 the next turn, so I guess we're not dead. I guess best draw would be Crackling Drake into our second Maximize Velocity. So hoping for that. If not, like if we, depends what we draw here. Oh, or we'll just be dead. That was a cool deck. A lot of removal spells, and then just like the generic card advantage stuff in the treasure hunt. I forget what it's called. The land that made the artifact that made the treasure map. Sorry. Gotta get better with the card names. So 1-1 right now. That I hadn't played against that exactly before, but that's kind of the fun part of Arena. Is like, yes, you play a lot of meta decks, but you get to see different takes on strategies. So I kind of played like a less creature version of the Golgari deck. Kind of grinded me out, but that was cool. This hand only has 1 cantrip, but it's fine. We got both our lands. We've got a removal spell. We got a Phoenix and a Drake, so. Yeah, definitely not a mulligan, but not the best. Okay. So likely Golgari. There's green white as well, but not as prevalent as the Golgari deck is. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick off with this. The only thing we'd want to shock on turn 1 is like the okay, so it is the green white one. Can't chop this anyway, so did not change our decision. Going to crash through, and then likely playing like it would make sense to play this, but if he goes Jade Light Ranger next turn, we're probably shocking it with the trigger on the Explore trigger on the stack. So if he makes that thing a 4/3, we're really under the gun. Yeah, so with the Explore trigger, I killed this. I think I could have responded to the second one. March of the Multitudes. But I'd rather do that than misclick and then not be able to kill it, so. But this thing's getting really big, so we need to draw a Entrancing Melody would be sweet, but also I'm gonna lead with this. A Beacon Bolt will be fine. We'll be able to kill it. Yep, get this into play tapped. And then we're going to play back-to-back Drake turns, and just hope he doesn't have the... Oh, he's playing white, right? Just hope he doesn't have a lot of room as well. Sorry, in my head this was a black deck. This card's usually in the... Whenever a creature explores... Oh, any creature... Oh, geez. Oh no, we're in trouble. That's a cool combo. Okay, well, don't really have much of a choice except playing our Drakes and trying to kill them before this thing is massive. Alright, that's a pretty good draw. So, next turn I'm going to... depends what he does right now, I guess. I'm going to say I was likely to play Drake and attack, but if this thing turns into, you know, a giant this turn, we might not be able to. We might have to chump. Okay, no big deal. Going to 9. I need to do some math. So probably 3. He could do that for 3 next turn. That puts this to 6. That doesn't kill us. But we're not in the best spot. That said, I don't really think there's a choice. I just need to see if it's possible to kill him the next turn. I didn't really count. I don't think it is, but I'm not blocking there. And I'm trying. I need to draw like Beacon Bolt. Won't even. Yeah, it will be if I with the Tormenting Voice. But I need to draw Beacon Bolt or Entrancing Melody to deal with this guy because as soon as he marches. Yep. So this is going to be a 6 now. He's going to gain 9 life. He's going to stack the top of his deck. Yep. I'd probably... Does he have 6 lands? Yeah, I'd probably leave that one too. So we're at 3. Okay, there's the Beacon Bolt. Not currently big enough though, so... What do I have? I have to... Alright, this is tough. I have to do this. Pitching the Phoenix. That was a good draw. Okay, so we've got Shock and Beacon Bolt. Right, this'll... But it's only 8. Maisie, calm down. Calm down. Sit. Okay, come here. Ugh. She likes hanging out. Okay, what do we do? We can shock a guy. We're getting a Phoenix back too. Gotta remember that. So we can shock a guy. But we can't Beacon Bolt and kill this one. It's not enough, I don't believe. Currently 6. Yeah, I can only do 7. So the other choice is shock this, Beacon Bolt it, and then have Phoenix and Drake to block 2 tokens, which I think is the play we have to do, which is not fun because I don't know. I wanted to get a lifelinker off the board, but this deals with our current problem. And then sorry, puppy all over. Yep, not attacking. And in the long run, we are. Oh right, sorry. I knew he had that on top of his deck. We're just dead. We're just dead. There wasn't. I don't think there was a way for us to not just die. It needed to be being able to shock and Beacon Bolt this guy for death, which we couldn't do. The other choice would be shock one of these, Beacon Bolt one of these, and then chump block, and then Beacon Bolt at the next turn, which would... Oh man, we just fell again. So I guess that's not fun. I guess we're 1-2 right now. The other choice, yeah, sorry, to go back would be shock a token, Beacon Bolt a token, chump, kill one of the tokens if he swings with both. And then on our turn, hopefully we draw a spell. We can, you know, maybe kill the Wild Growth Walker that turn, but we were in a very bad spot. Getting back into it, so I definitely could have played that better, but I'm not sure it would have mattered. But that was the... Instead of just leaving myself exactly dead, I could leave myself to an out the next turn. So I knew that was on top of his deck. I should have remembered. So yeah, again, not in a great spot, but could have definitely played that better. Keeping this hand's great. So it does the ideal turn with this deck is first turn cantrip, second turn pitching a Phoenix with one of the 2-mana spells, and then turn 3 Drake, turn 4 Drake, turn 5 get some Phoenixes back. That's the curve I like. So yep, no question. Okay, and I think this only goes in the Golgari deck, but it could be a weird one again. Also talked about this before, but when you have both of these, Trample has come up more than first strike cast for me, so I always get rid of this one first, but likely doesn't matter, just some edge cases. It's fundamentally, unless it's the mirror match, this is just get a card in the graveyard, replace itself. Okay, we draw Shock, which we didn't. We're just gonna Tormenting Voice, pitching Arclight Phoenix. If we draw a second blue, I mean, again, depending what he does this turn, would love to steal. Oh, jeez. Okay, have a swamp. Did not draw a second blue. What do I lead with? I think I lead with this Warlord's Fury, and then I'm gonna probably Charter Course. Shock. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna play this Shock and hope I have. It costs 5. I want to kill this Land Werewolf. He's got 4 mana, 5, but will cost 5. The Nissa, and I kind of want to guarantee that I can get my Phoenix back next turn. So I want a Charter Course. I'm trying to see if this is relevant right now. I don't know if there's a big difference between 4 and 5, except like he can play Nissa this turn, which we don't want, but it's not the end of the world or anything. What's more important? Setting ourselves up. Like, there's no guarantee we have our 4th land drop next turn. I'm really not sure. I think I'm gonna... Sorry, it's tough. Yeah, I'm gonna Shock. That could be wrong. And then next turn I'm going to Charter Course, crash through, and hope, you know, maybe we can get a double Phoenix turn. Maybe we can... We need to hit our 4th land drop anyway. Alright, should have plus first. Not a choice there. Okay. Well, one choice is to just play this. Which could be right. The other choice is kick off with Crash Through, then Charter Course, hope we hit our 4th land to get our Phoenix back and start pressuring this Karn. But I guess this kind of pressures the Karn in the same way, and then again we get to see an extra card next turn to try and guarantee that we get our Phoenix back. So playing with this, if he has to spend his turn removing it, okay. He was going to draw a card no matter what with this Karn. Couldn't do anything about it. Yeah. Give him his land drop, but this card's pretty good against us, so this is a tough one. Okay, again, I'm going to lead with this Crash Through, and then I'm going to Charter Course, depending. Yeah, this is close. Hopefully hit a dual land. Or we're dead. We're likely dead now. Dude, like, Drake is a really good card in this matchup, but we're on the back foot now. We're going to have to be, like, I don't think we're grinding through 3 Drakes. I just don't see how the game playing that way. Whereas these removal spells, we can use them to keep us, you know, at parity. Okay, so yep, this card's gonna shine if we can get there, but this turn we are casting Crash Through, hopefully hitting another red source so that we can maybe, you know, shock. I'll give him this forest, and then not be dead in time to like entrancing melody this and kind of keep, you know, we've got a lot of things to keep at bay, so I'm a little all over the place. But okay, that was our best. Sulfur Falls would have been the best draw, but that one was pretty good. So casting crash through. There it is. So I played that. I should have played that one. I should have played my crash through first, but so it goes. Casting Midnight, shock on Midnight Reaper. Casting shock on Jade Light Ranger. And then attacking this Karn. Because we gotta pressure that. This next turn, we can play Sulfur Falls, Entrancing Melody, this Wild Growth Walker, but he's got a million cards. Hard to know. Hard to know what other threats we're about to have to deal with.
What was lost is now returned.
Okay, gets a super crowd with this, no big deal. Puts us to 7. Or okay. Puts us to 7. I think this is just really tough. We got way too behind the 8 ball. Because we just take this, we go to dead because this is 7. So I think we're just dead. I don't see a line to get out of it. We can fight with fire. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, we're dead. We were way too behind on that one. So I like this matchup. I think it's good, but not when you're playing from defense the whole time. So might have messed myself up by not trying to cantrip earlier to set up our lands, but it's hard to know. So I think we're 1-3. That's a great start. No Phoenixes, no Drakes, but have removal spells, have cantrips, so it is a keep. I can't. Is this the guy we just played? I feel like it is. Okay. What do I want to do? I think I want to say go and then opt and or double shock if I need. You know, I don't want to cast one of these yet because I don't really know how the hand's developing. So I'd rather play the opt first. Like I'd rather have a Phoenix or an obvious spell to discard to this. Okay. So that's a good reason to not. I want to shock this before it turns into a 4/3, which it would have, because that's one of the best cards in this matchup. And if you remember, I think this is the person I just played, so that's good against the Drakes. Don't need that. Gonna lead with the Warlord's Fury. Again, looking for something like Phoenix or something obvious to discard to Tormenting Voice. Didn't hit it, but I'm gonna go ahead and shock, and then I'm gonna Tormenting Voice away this mountain. Again, this deck really wants like 5 lands. Okay, so here's Phoenix. So next turn, we can kick off with a Crash Through. And then a Chart of Course, and then something like a shock or, you know, the opt, whatever we want to do to get our Phoenix back. But it requires hitting our 4th land. So, because it requires hitting our 4th land, maybe we opt first, because we are. No, but we would leave something like a Drake on top. So maybe it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for this one. Okay, cool. Chart of Course. Yep. Pitching the Phoenix. Casting opt. I don't really care about shocking this. Don't need that now. We'll probably want one later in the game, but we're looking for threats right now. Yep. So no Drakes yet, but that's I don't know if this is his play this turn or not really sure. Doom Whisper. Okay. So now we want like a Beacon Bolt because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Beacon Bolt will deal. I'm going to start with an island and this opt. Yep, definitely want that. You know, he's got this we know about, but we still need to play it for him to get this out of our hand. The other choices, do we bottom this just looking for like a Beacon Bolt? Like, I don't think so. So I think I'm just gonna play this and not attack, and so likely his turn is play the Chupacabra and attack with everyone. I'm gonna jump, but we need to get this out eventually so that one of our Crackling Drakes or our Enigma Drakes is good. So we happen to draw one right away. That means we can play this next turn and we can block this Doom Whisper, or we can do some more cantrips to guarantee we're getting our Phoenix back. We have a lot of choices, but while that seems weird to play this into a card that we know he has, he's gonna have that the rest of the game if we don't. And I just think we need to make him do that as his turn. Especially, like, the other reason for maybe sitting on it is because of maximized velocity, but do we go to 10 and just get this guy out of the way? Maybe. Yeah, doesn't seem that bad. So go to 10 on our turn. I think pens, but okay, we can fight with fire, shock it, opt to get all of our stuff back. I'm going to start with an opt though. So if you draw Beacon Bolt, that changes things. Definitely keeping this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 mana, so we can. Yeah, we're here. Fight with fire. Shock. And then we're at 10, so we're getting in with this Phoenix this turn. He can only put us to 8. And then it leaves us, if we draw that we bottom 1 maximized velocity, but we have 2 in the deck, so if we draw it, we're threatened lethal. Maybe he'll... Oh yeah, that's wonderful. So next turn we've got options. We can play the Drake, we can get 2 Phoenixes back. Again, we're just kind of reacting to what he's doing. That's not a kill next turn, so I think it's more... If we get both Phoenixes right now, and he doesn't kill one, we put him to 9, which leaves it to, if we draw a Phoenix, a third Phoenix, that's lethal. We draw maximized velocity, that's lethal. I think it gives us the most. And again, with MTG Arena, the auto tapper is awesome. It lets you play games faster, but when you have a lot of basic lands and not all dual lands, you need to pay very close attention to what's being tapped when you cast spells. So we have more red cantrips than blue in the deck, so I didn't want it tapping both our mountains there like it said it was going to. Okay. So we can Beacon Bolt this, and then Warlord's Fury, and that's 3 spells, and it keeps him kind of at bay. It also, this 1 damage that he's going to take here leaves it to shock being lethal next turn as well, so because he'll go to 14, the attack puts him to 8, and if we hit him with the Phoenixes again, he goes to 6, or sorry, takes 6, goes to 2. And then is at risk of dying to a shock, so we're giving ourselves a little bit more outs there. That said, we have 3 shocks left in the deck, so that's 2 shocks left in the deck, so still pretty reasonable. Okay, well, that's interesting. Does that mean he has a removal spell? Because why doesn't he think we can... Oh. Okay, well I've got a 4-card hand, so that's... I guess he didn't think he had a choice, but that's ambitious. So what are we doing? We are just going to get back our 2 Phoenixes. Oh, just wanted to double check on mana that we can, so yeah. Spell number 3. Cool. Alright, so I think we're 2 and 3. That was a weird game too, but that's my normal games against the Golgari deck, is that we're at parity, but the inevitability of the Phoenixes or them not having the removal spell for your Drake 1 turn really gets them, because they do have a clock, but it's pretty slow. They're a very mid-rangey deck. So if they just happen to not have a Chupacabra or a way to kill the Drake you play on turn 4, they're so far behind that they die. And if you're playing a normal grindy game, the Phoenixes are a really big deal. So this hand is not good. It's got 2 maximized velocities, which are nothing cards. But it has 2 lands and it has likely a turn 3 Drake and a removal spell. But that said, this is like a 5-card hand because these don't come into play until way later. So with all that said, I don't think we can keep it. This hand is significantly better. So we've got cantrip, cantrip, a Drake on 3. Very good. No. So leading with a Warlord's Fury. Next turn, Charter Coursing, hoping we rip a Phoenix to put in the graveyard for, maximum awesome, but... Okay, so Drake on 3 is really important against this deck. You get a little too far behind if you don't have it. Shock was a good draw too, so... Drawing Shock, does that mean we don't Charter Course right now? I think that's the case. So yeah, perfect. Because we want to stem the bleeding earlier. Do I Shock now, or do I let him attack and then try and Shock his Pyromancer card? I think that's what I'm going to do. The 2-drop's a little bigger. If he has to use this guy in combination with another... Well, I think I'm just a big liar. I don't want him to be able to combo this with like a lightning strike to kill my Drake. So that was dumb. Should have just done it on my turn. But no big deal. Yeah, this is the guy I was thinking I would save it for, but if he has to attack with this and then I get to block and then he uses his removal spell, I'm very okay with that being the line. So in 3 they've got like the Chain Whirler, so that's the play. He can't attack. And if he attacks, like I am blocking, I want him to use his turn using a removal spell and not playing a creature, because we've got another backup Drake and it just kind of uses up a lot of his resources. Okay, so it being a shock, hopefully that means yeah, awesome. Alright, did not draw a 4th land, so leading with Warlord's Fury, hoping to draw a Phoenix here. Draw land Phoenix, that would be great. Nope. Alright, that said, don't need this 5th land. Playing Sulphur Falls, playing Craster. So this guy's huge. Chain Whirler. I'm not blocking the Chain Whirler because the combos they have. Do I play this land? I think so. I'm gonna have other fodder for these. I might be wrong, but yeah, not blocking. Can he kill me in 2 turns? Hopefully not. So I'm going to at least hit him for 7 next turn, put him to 13 and play this Drake, and then I'll be at 13, I'll be at 10. He's got 5 cards, so do these 5 cards equal 10 damage? Hopefully not, but we will see. Yeah, not blocking literally anything, because it's got 1st strike, so it's not like they're trading. My card just dies for one of his cards. Alright, that could change things. So kicking off with the chart, of course. Okay, so I can shock to 11 to play this if I leave with this Opt here, which I'm feeling like I should, because if I draw something like Beacon Bolt, I will be casting it. The other choice is play this tapped, play this Enigma Drake, put him to 13, and then, well, that guarantees he's dead next turn. What I can do right now is, you know, hit him for 7, 8, 9. And then as long as this doesn't die, I've got a chumper with my Arclight Phoenix. I'm not sure which is better. Yeah, not sure which is better. I'm going to go with the Arclight Phoenix play. I think it's safer. Like, what am I at? If he attacks, I'm at 10. Likely there's a Lightning Strike. I'm at 7. I'm at 5. And then it just takes Wizard's Lightning, shock, and I'm dead. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Arclight Phoenix chump play. And hope he doesn't kill my Crackling Drake on his turn. Oh, and now that's the other. With this being an out, we can just play Crackling Drake and kill him with this maximized velocity. Discarding this mountain. Putting this tapped. We get our Arclight back. I'm hitting him. He's going to 11. And then we've got lethal, even if he kills our Crackling Drake on his turn. So not attacking with this because we have lethal. Okay, so we absorbed 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts us to 8. Hopefully this does not equal 8. I don't think it can, unless it's Wizard's Lightning, Shock. Which could be. But if so, you know, so be it. So now he's got to be able to kill both of these. So let's say this is Wizard's Lightning Shock. I need to make sure both of these are 11 damage. Can I do that? I don't think I can, actually. I don't think I can. So if I jumpstart this guy to make him an 11, it'll make this one a 10, because this one counts cards in exile, this one doesn't, so this one will lose 1 because I don't have a spell to pitch to it, and this one will gain 1, so it'll just swap. This one would be an 11, this one would be a 10. So what do I do? I think I just attack with this guy, because putting him to 1 is the same as him being at 11, honestly. Like if this dies, because I've got lethal next turn with the maximized velocity again. And this way, if he has to use, he's gonna have to use 2 spells to deal with this 11/5. The chances of him being able to do 8 next turn go down drastically, because if he does, I will just, you know, block here. Yeah, this is my play, and that's my logic behind it. Putting him to 1 is the same as him being at 11. Alright, cool. So it didn't matter. So I think we're 3-3. Yeah, back to even. Not a great start, but I don't know. We lost the matchup I thought was good. We lost the matchup I'd never played before, and we've beaten red twice, which I keep saying is the worst matchup. I'm likely gonna play like 1 or 2 more and then call it. Not sure how long I've been at it so far. S rank, oh man. Okay, Yeah, this hand doesn't have any cantrips. It's got the Drake, it's got 2 Phoenixes, but it doesn't have a way for us to make these Drakes good. Missing the one, yeah, I don't think this is keepable, even though it looks like a reasonable hand. In the games I've played, this is not. You stutter too much. You're not. Oh, well, I guess I'll get to show you why I don't think it's a good hand. Well, that said, we did not get punished. I meant to mulligan that. I accidentally hit keep, so that is why I have the hand I said I did not want to have. But immediately drawing Charter Course makes this look less bad. Having Beacon Bolt for this makes this look really smart. So could be worse. And we hit our 3rd land, so not the worst. But we need to get some spells going so we can actually kill this. But I think on our turn we'll probably play this Enigma Drake. We'll eventually be able to Beacon Bolt this guy. Oh. Still want to play the Drake. And then maybe, depending how it goes, we can Tormenting Voice. And if we hit another land, we can get back our double Phoenix, which would be awesome. Okay, this guy's getting real big, so he's a 4-6 this turn. This is a 4-3. Oh, no, he bottomed, okay. Yep, no thanks. Cool, there's the 4th land. So gonna kick it off with the Tormenting Voice, or with the Crash Through, and then Tormenting Voice the Phoenix, I believe. Looking for a shock, that would be a good one to draw now. Also Entrancing Melody would be sweet. Okay, gonna play the Crash Through over playing the Opt, I think. Oops. Saying I'm doing something, doing the opposite of it. Okay, well, let's count. So we're definitely taking, if we don't do anything, we're taking 10. Which puts us to 4. If we attack, we put him to 19. And then we could deal another 6, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That is not enough. So I think the play is attack with this guy and then plan on blocking. Or if he doesn't explore, like, I don't know, depends on how he attacks. Like, I could see us double blocking here. That plays into him having a removal spell, but I don't know. Just kind of depends what's going on. So, and also if he explores this turn, like maybe we're kind of priced into playing our spells next turn, so we could just Beacon Bolt, Opt, maximize, get our 2 Phoenixes back, kill this, and okay. Alright, so we're gonna Beacon Bolt this turn. Which means I am going to block to save the life, because I'm gonna play enough spells to get this Phoenix back again. Because I want to kill this while I can and kind of stem his life gain as much as possible. So leading with an Opt. Oh man. Yep. Putting that on top. Instead of killing this, I'm gonna make it my friend instead of his friend. Which is awesome. Because, obviously. I'm at 14. I'm definitely attacking. I want to keep the pressure on, especially with this maximized velocity. You know, they know this deck has this, but he might not know that I've got it right away. So, let's see, Chupacabra. I wonder what he's going to get with that. I guess this one, but this is just a brick wall. Yep, go to 8. So on my turn, I'm not attacking with this. I'm playing this Crackling Drake. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Play this Opt, because I'll keep like a shock on top now. Yep. Oh, I didn't go for, sorry, I still have this Phoenix. I can't get it back right now, because I played Phoenix and I cantripped. I played the Drake and I cantripped. So I think I'm going to say go. On my next turn I can play the 1, 2, 3. I can play the Drake, and I can maybe get the Phoenix back that turn. So no reason to play this right away. No reason to attack with this, I don't believe. All of this because if he taps out, I have 7, 14. This is +3 because 1, 1, 1. So that's 17. Shock is 4, right? Because it's worth 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 21. So that's why I don't, even if he doesn't block, I don't think this 4 points matters, because I have this, you know, saying he taps out this turn, I do have this one shot with my 2 flyers and the maximized velocity. Huh. What does that mean? I'm gonna just block with this one. Maybe I'm supposed to do this. I think he's trying to get like maybe he has Find and he's got a land drop, so he wants this in the graveyard. Unless there's already one there. Yeah, maybe he's got Find plus land drop to get Chupacabra out and kill this. That's what I'm thinking. So let's see. If he just does this, that's fine too. Oh, Find Finality. Oops. Okay. Put +2, +1, +1s. Okay, that's fine. We're still. Obviously, that's the other half of Find. That's not a big deal. We just took 2 damage for no real reason. But I'm going to play this Crackling Drake and hit him for a bunch. I'm playing this land. Do I shock right now? That the shock is worth 3. That puts him to. No, I don't think it matters. Shocking now versus hold next turn doesn't change anything. Cool. So while I did not play around that the finality that well, given what my hand was, I guess I really didn't have to. Him doing that turn is like best case scenario for me, because I still have threats. I've still got Phoenixes in my graveyard, so I'm okay with being at board clear there, just because I've got the action. Yeah, this hand's really good. So it's got the turn 3 Drakes, it's got cantrips, it's got a removal spell. This is exactly what you want to see. Now playing Steam Vents means he's Jeskai or the mirror match, so I don't need to leave shock up. I guess it could be Wizards, that's a corner case one, but not likely. So okay, I'm thinking it's Jeskai, which is a pretty tough matchup. I used to think it was even, but I have been losing more than I've been winning lately. Alright, wanted to hit a Phoenix there, obviously, so gonna get rid of the... Oh, should have gotten rid of the mountain. My life total is not super important in this matchup. Sulfur Falls, Enigma Drake is our play this turn. Oh, missed land with that, so... Okay, hopefully this doesn't get Essence Scattered or Syncopated. Nope, got nothing. Oh, so I should have known. He's Grixis. I have not played against Grixis a lot. That said, I just think it's a lot worse than than Jeskai. Yes, you get this, but Jeskai's got all the white removal spells. And when I say worse, I mean I'm only looking at it from this perspective, from the blue-red Drake's perspective. I think Grixis is a little easier for me. Okay, I'm gonna kick it off with an Opt, likely playing Enigma Drake this turn, but yep, we'll take that. So I'm just gonna get in there for 3. I don't think they have a sweep or anything that can punish me. The thing, so he's shocked here. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna. That means he's got Ionize. Why would I give him? I should have thought about this beforehand. Why would I give him my Drake for his Ionized on this turn? I don't. I'd rather him try and just burn this on my draw 2, and if he doesn't, I get to draw 2 cards, which is fine in the controlling matchups. Yeah. So sorry, I said Ionize and ended up being Sinister Sabotage. should have thought of that before my attack, but glad I, you know, gave it some thought. So he bottomed this island. I guess he's just really looking for swamps now. Okay, I'm gonna opt in response in case I draw something I don't want. Yep, don't need this mountain. So something like Beacon Bolt would be great. Second Shock would be fine too. Warlord's Fury, that's first strike. Thank you. So we're getting in there. Okay. So one card he could play is Ritual of Soot, which only kills our Enigma Drakes. Unfortunately, that's the draw that we have. But he needs to have Ritual of Soot, and he needs to draw a second Black Source from the top two cards. So I think this like puts him to dead next turn if he doesn't have exactly that. Or, you know, spot removal or whatever it is. So I think it's right to do it. This flip, no, it's only got 3. So yeah, Swamp Ritual of Soot. That's fine. It's gonna take our shock. Unless he wants this Phoenix, I guess we could. Yeah, okay. Alright, so 4 and 3 today. 5 and 3. Oh, I guess I started at 0, so 5 and 3, I believe. Cool. Gonna play one more and then call it. But thanks for watching so far. If you've made it, if you've stayed in with me this long. Again, to reiterate, going for Mythic started at Bronze, like just after Christmas, I think, when I got back from traveling. So trying to play this deck or this archetype the whole way through. Arclight Phoenix is one of my favorite cards that's been printed in forever. Love it in Modern. Been playing it. Don't play as many live tournaments as I used to, but love playing this card. We're going first. We've got a removal spell. We've got 1 cantrip. We've got 2 removal spells. So while it doesn't have the Drake or any of the 2 mana cards to pitch this, I think this is fine, but could be a little too much of us spinning our wheels. Well, they mulligan to 5, so looking good. Okay, I'm gonna lead with a mountain. It could make sense to not in case we draw Steam Vents here, but I'm just gonna leave the mountain in case we draw Opt and want to cast it. So plains, could be green white, could be white weenie, could be white weenie. This isn't the best one because we can't. Shocking this does nothing. That said, Entrancing Melody will be very good. So I'm not going to bother shocking it. I'm going to shock something later. Okay. Play. Don't need to do that. Play this Opt. Don't need this. Beacon Bolt's fine. There'll be plenty of things to kill. Get my island in place. I go. Next turn, so hopefully he plays something we can shock this turn, and then I'm likely Entrancing Melodying the Adonto Vanguard. Oh geez. Okay. Can't shock that. Do I bother doing this right now? I don't think so, because this can be an actual removal spell in a little bit. That's it. Oh. I think Entrancing Melodying right now is the right play. So we're going to 13, but this thing's the biggest pain for us to deal with, and the next turn we can probably shock whatever he plays and then Beacon Bolt this and just be at, you know, so ahead. Oh, and because I've never played with this card, because it's got this pay for life clause, I'm gonna have to keep clicking. It's not just gonna auto pass for me. Locked zone. Okay, that's a pretty good play, because now this one's... Yep. So I think I'm gonna... Oh, I can't. I guess I'm fight with firing. Fight with fire. I'm just gonna deal it to this one. I'm not really gonna block, so I guess I'm attacking. I'm not gonna... I might pay the 4 life. Depends. If he blocks, I'll shock this. That was a weird play. If I knew I was attacking... yeah. If I knew I was attacking, why did I lead with the fight with fire? So I should have taken a second to confirm what I was doing with my turn. But no big deal. Ended up being fine. He might, if I had 4 mana, maybe he wouldn't block there. I don't know. Again, I paid the 4 life. Reason being, if he does nothing, it's great. If he plays a big guy, it's going to probably save 4 life when I block later, so that was my reasoning. Yeah, let's put that in play, hit him for 3. But I can't say enough about this Entrancing Melody card. It has just been like a game changer in these matchups. It's weird, because when it's bad, it's real bad, right? They don't have anything for me to take, and it's really expensive. It's not like Shock where I can just get my 2 damage out of it, but or like Fight with Fire where I can save up and, you know, cast it for 9. But it's been good for me. What do we do? Casting this, and then just playing. Do I want to play this land? Yes. The other choice there was to get the Phoenix in play, but to get the damage in immediately, but I can just... Is this lethal next turn? 6, 9... 6, 9, 12, so if I draw, you know, some sort of cantrips, it could be. Got a blocker now, though. Sure. Could just Beacon Bolt both of these. It's not a terrible play. Don't need it. Didn't need to cast the other one because I'm just going to attack both, play my Drake. But cool. So I think we ended up +3. I think we lost 3 times. So I think we ended up 6-3. So slow. Again, trying to get to Mythic. So it's taken me a while. I've been going a little too even lately. But thanks for watching. Again, I'm going to try and get on a good schedule with Twitch, and we'll likely be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 EST. So if you want to come hang out, I'd appreciate it. We've had fun in the past, and you guys can make fun of me in real time when I click the wrong button, or regret my decisions immediately after I see a better line. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.